Okay, good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you are in the country or in the world. Welcome to Slow Flow with Veterans Yoga Project. My name is Brian G. Honored to be sitting in for Leo today. We will be doing all 5 of the Veterans Yoga Project tools in today's class. Those tools are breath, meditation, mindful movement, guided rest, and gratitude. And we will be doing them in the following order. We'll start with some grounding and gratitude. We'll raise gratitude. We'll establish support and raise some gratitude and set our intention. And then we'll do a little short activating breath here to begin the practice. We'll move to the mat and do some movements. And then we'll come back for our final breath, which will be a balancing breath, and then we'll move into our guided rest. As always, remember the first principle of Veterans Yoga Project, which is support precedes action. So always have your support available, whatever you need in terms of blocks, straps, bolsters, blankets, eye shades, anything that you need to support yourself in your practice, have that be available for yourself. And utilize that support. Support precedes action. So we'll find support, and then we'll move from support to stability and then into action. Secondarily, remember that as always in Veterans Yoga Project, it is your practice. So you are in the comfort and safety and privacy of your own space. There is no incoming video. I cannot see you. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been coming before, thank you for coming back. You are in the privacy of your own space. So do what you need to do within the privacy of your own space to support yourself. Listen to the wisdom of your own body. Honor that wisdom by paying attention to it and treating it accordingly. So come out of any posture at any time. Take any alternate posture at any time. Take no posture if you choose to. Remembering that the only requirement for you is to be present and to breathe. Everything else is a suggestion, an invitation, an offer, which is what I'm doing from up here, offering you some suggestions, some invitations. Your choice, your practice. When we do breath, I'll say this again, but remember that your breath is going to be probably a different rhythm, a different pace than mine and everyone else's. Find the rhythm of your own breath. The practice is designed for you to tune into your own internal self and honor your internal self by feeling into that, utilizing your own breath to yoke or connect your mind state with your body. And so we'll work on being present with yourself and listening to the wisdom of your own body. Okay, enough talk. Let us begin by grounding, landing, centering. And so I invite you to find a posture of support in which you can breathe, whatever that looks like for you. Bring yourself into that posture. Come into this place, come into this space. Bring yourself into yourself. Come into the present moment by coming into the body. Come into the body by coming into the breath. Begin to breathe in and out through the nostrils, following the inhale all the way in, perhaps deep into the belly in a full 360 breath, and the exhale all the way out, noticing the subtle shift in the body as the lungs deflate, and then feeling the expression of the air, the sensation of the air as it comes in and out through the nasal passages. And then having established ourselves in the present moment by coming into the body through the breath, I invite you to feel into the sensation of whatever part of your body is in contact with something. So maybe your feet are flat on the floor if you're seated on a chair. Maybe your sits bones or your bottom of your hip girdle, you can feel those pointy bones rooting down into the seat, cushion, bolster, mat. Maybe you're lying down with your back. You feel your entire spine on the floor. Maybe your legs are up the wall. Whatever part of your body is in contact with something, feel the sensation of that contact, the sensation of connection at that point, and bring your awareness to that sensation. Imagine as if you could root through those places where your body's in contact, extending roots down into the earth to support you and hold you there. connecting deeply in those places. And then I invite you to open your awareness of that sensation of connection as the possibility or the practicality of support. What is it like to be supported in this moment? What is it like to know that support is available in this moment? And then accessing that support, rooting down, I invite you to lengthen through your side body, lengthen through your crown. Tuck the chin slightly, experiment with tucking the chin slightly to find that length at the back of the neck so that you can feel the entire length of your spine from the base to the crown. Notice the shift in your body's energy as the vertebrae align and stack. Notice the chest possibly expanding, maybe the heart opening. Feel the subtle shift in your body as you lengthen and align. And then I invite you to float your hands to your heart space in a way that brings your awareness to your heart space. Maybe placing the left hand over the heart, the right hand over the left, or the hands in prayer with the thumb knuckles resting lightly on the sternum. Feeling the heat and the connection of the hands and the heart, bringing awareness to the heart space, turning your attention into that heart space as you breathe in and out of the heart. And having established support and brought awareness to the heart space, I now invite you, if you choose, to allow anything for which you are grateful, the sense of gratitude, the possibility of gratitude. Allow gratitude to arise in your heart space. Maybe it's a person that made it possible for you to be here. Maybe it's just the means and opportunity to dial into these classes. Whatever it is that you're grateful for, see it clearly in your mind's eye. And then I invite you to anchor that, whatever it is, your gratitude, the possibility of gratitude, anchor it right there at the center of your heart space. And then having established support and allowed gratitude to arise, I invite you, if you choose to set an intention for your practice today. Perhaps just a simple intention to keep your gratitude anchored, or maybe a simple intention to just be in your breath. But whatever your intention, if you choose to set one, say it to yourself, hear yourself say it in your mind's ear, in a clear and declarative voice as if it is already done and present. And then having established support, allow gratitude to rise and set our intention, I'll invite us to take a full inhale. And as you exhale, if you like, you allow your chin to bow towards your grateful and intentional heart and offer a benediction to seal your intention. Then releasing the hands, lifting the jaw, finding stillness in your, we're going to do a activating breath known as Surya Beta, and it's simply a right nostril inhalation and a left nostril exhalation. We inhale through the right nostril, exhale through the left. We'll do that 20 times. And so you have your options here. In Veterans Yoga Project, we primarily teach mental awareness. So just bring your mental awareness to your right nostril and to your left nostril as you fall into the rhythm of your own breath. Now, if you'd like to augment that mental awareness with a hand mudra, you can fold the pointer and middle finger of your right hand down to the heel of the thumb pad and utilize the right ring finger to block the left nostril as you inhale right, and the right thumb to block the right nostril as you exhale left. Whether you're using just mental awareness or the hand mudra, bring yourself into yourself. And remember, 20 times, inhaling right, exhaling left. So center, root, lengthen, find stillness. The body stays still. The awareness is on the breath in the nostrils. And the focus is at the brow point if the eyes are closed, or at the tip of the nose if the eyes are narrow. Take a full inhale and a complete exhale. And then your choice of whether to use the hand to bring your mental awareness to your right nostril. Inhale through the right. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath. And then when you're ready, switch, block the right, exhale left. And then continue your rhythm, your pace, your breath. Each inhale and exhale is equal in length, volume, and intensity. And you keep your own count here. We're going to do 20 repetitions. This is an activating breath designed to bring us into a little bit of presence and awareness and awakening as we move into our practice together today. If you notice that your mind begins to wander, know that that's okay, that's normal, that's expected. That is what the mind does. It is the nature of the mind to wander. And so just gently notice that, and then have gratitude for the noticing, and then gently and compassionately return your focus to your breathing. Just breathing in through the right and out through the left. 20 repetitions. Body very still. Awareness focused on the sensation of the breath in the nostril. On the inhale through the right. And on the exhale through the left. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath. If you finish before me, just sit quietly. Release your hands down to your knees. Sit quietly. Just be still. Notice what's happening for you. What, if anything, has shifted? Notice how this simple application of a breath, a pattern interrupt breath like this one, can bring our awareness, change our mind state. Last couple rounds here. Two more if you're with me. Inhaling right. And exhaling left. Let your next or iteration, when you find yourself exhaling on the left on your 20th, go ahead and release the mental awareness, release the hand if you're using the hand mudra, and just sit quietly. Attention focused inward at the heart, checking in with your gratitude and your intention, relaxing the shoulders, rooting into the hips. Feeling length. And feel maybe whatever you're feeling with respect to this. What, if anything, has shifted? Do you feel a little energized, a little awakened, a little aware, or not? Just notice what you're feeling. Be very present with yourself. And taking a full inhalation through both nostrils. A complete exhale. Just release and let go. Sigh it out if you like. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue. One more time here, full inhale, both nostrils. Full exhale, opening the mouth and sighing if you like. Releasing everything on the exhale, letting go of the past. Inhaling to the present. And exhaling out the mouth, releasing everything, including the future. Take a full inhale. A complete exhale. And then let's come up to our mat in standing. We'll begin gently warming up. So just bring yourself to your mat. And we're going to just start with a little bit of loosening, just shaking, this little gentle shaking, allowing yourself to find yourself upright, moving gently through all parts of the body, letting your body move a little bit in a way that feels like it's releasing any tension, any tightness, any stiffness, allowing you to be here. Little bounce, a little shake of the feet, just getting loose. And then shake that out. Come back to standing. We'll start with just a little bit of walking in place. So option here to lift the knees as high as you like. Maybe just start with little gentle steps. Maybe start to bring the knees up. Maybe you add the arm. Lifting the knees up, maybe a little higher. It's going to be here for a few. This is our sort of warm up. We're warming up the body. And again, we're aligning with the breath. So find your breath and movement aligns with breath. Just a few more here. And then finishing up on the steps, shake that out. Come back to standing with your feet together. Now, I call these stepping jacks, but if you're vigorous enough, you want to do a little hop, a little jumping jack, that's fine. But we're just going to do a few of these. So as you inhale, you step out, bring the arms up. And as you exhale, you step back. Inhale, step out. And exhale, step back. So continue your rhythm, your pace, your breath. And again, like I said, if you're going to do the full jumping jack thing, my knees don't support that. So support precedes action. Find the support you need. We're just moving gently to warm the body up here. We don't over dynamic movement. It's not about making a dynamic move. It's about finding a flow of movement, breath, and body in alignment. Just a couple more here. One more each side, and come back to center. Shake that out. Okay. And then let us come to the top of our mat, facing off the top of our mat. And we'll begin with a little bit of stretch. I'm going to continue facing you in case you're monitoring me but you'll be facing off the top of your mat. And then bring the feet hip distance apart underneath the hips. Press into the feet, find your balance. Lengthen through the side of the legs and through the waist. Soften the ankles and knees, firm the hips and waist. Lengthen the spine, roll the shoulders up and down. Feel the fingertips extend toward the mat as the palms turn forward. Tuck the chin and find your full length. This is you just standing. Our basic standing posture, mountain pose. Balanced in the feet, straight line energy up the side of the body, through the crown of the head. Front, back, and sides all balanced, fully balanced here. On the inhale, take the arms up. Maybe you can bring your hands together, maybe not. Maybe you'll find a place that's right for your shoulders. Just lifting. You can bring your hands together, bring the hands together. Interlace the fingers and let the index finger steeple. Take the thumbs towards the back wall a little bit so that your biceps frame your ears. Maybe lightly touch your ears with your biceps. Find your length here. Breathe in, roll the eyes up, focus at the crown or at the tip of the nose. Just finding length here. Inhale here. Exhale, lean to the left. Bump the right hip, press into the left heel, keep the arms straight. Lift out of the ankle, the hip, the side body, the shoulder girdle, the fingertips, and the crown. Breathing in, breathing out. Remember, always in these static poses, we hold posture, not breath, always breathing. Notice the subtle shifts as the body inhales and exhales. Work with the breath. Maybe you find a little movement, a little area, a little space at the bottom of the exhale. Maybe not. Maybe you're just still and present. And always thinking, what is your intention here? Tendency is, a lot of us, our tendency is to try to force things to happen when they're not, maybe we can back off from that need to go over the edge all the time. Maybe we can just be present and be gentle. The name and title of this class is Slow Flow. Maybe we could go slowly so that we can feel the flow. Maybe not. Your rhythm, your pace, your practice, your breath, your body, your place. On the inhale, come back to center. Lengthen, and then on the exhale, just lean to the right. And again, keep the hips back, press especially into that right heel, stay long through the arms, open and bump that left hip. And again, find your rhythm and allow your body to lead you in. Biceps frame the ears, thumbs move to the back wall. Stay long out of both sides of the body. Breathing, always breathing. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release the hands down. Roll the shoulders up and down. Let the fingers go long, palms slightly forward. And let everything settle. Feel everything settling. All right, now we want to open a little bit through the sides of the body. So take the feet a little wider apart, maybe just outside the shoulders. The toes are slightly out. And we're going to just rotate the body. So just we can let the body swing to the left on the inhale and to the right on the exhale. And move with your pace, your rhythm, your breath. Again, you're aligning movement with breath in these simple movements. Find your support in your feet. So take your feet as wide as you need in order to feel supported in this. And then if you like, you can let your arms drift up a little bit. So ultimately, maybe they're at your shoulder height. Now, that's an option. So if it affects your balance and your ability to be in your breath and movement alignment, then support yourself by keeping the hands lower. But if you're okay, shoulder height, bring the arms. And we're not trying to, again, over twist or over rotate here. This is a gentle opening movement. Just feeling into just waking up a little bit, getting the body moving. One more here. Come back to center. If your arms are up, go ahead and release the arms. Heel toe the feet in. Shake that out if you like. And then come to stillness again. Let everything settle. And begin to move into our forward fold here. So inhale, take the arms up. And then exhale, bring the hands down through prayer, through your hips, and then just hinge forward. Just come halfway. So your torso is parallel to the mat. Crown is long. Hips and heels are pressing back while the crown is pressing long. Flat back, breathe behind the heart. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Feel into the weight balanced in the feet. So you're pressing the hips back to keep the weight balanced because the crown is extending long in front of you. Torso parallel to the mat. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, slowly come up, slowly come up, slowly come up. Come back up, release the hands. Take a breath. Full inhalation. Complete exhalation. Inhale, take the arms up. Gather. Exhale, bring the hands down through prayer to the waist and hinge forward, come halfway. Inhale here, get stable. Exhale, go ahead and continue to hinge. Release the crown towards the mat, the forehead toward the shin, the arms down. Great place for your gear here. If your hands don't reach the mat or the floor, go ahead and utilize your block as a support underneath the palms at whatever height is appropriate for you to support yourself here in this early practice. Releasing the head, crown toward the mat, forehead toward the shins. Hips are lifting. Weight is pressing through the heels and the hips, lifting while the crown releases. Forward fold. Take a full inhale here. A complete exhale. If you like, grasp your opposite elbow with other hand. Maybe in front of or behind the legs. That was right for you. Feel into this first full inversion, forward fold. Release the hands, the elbows if you're holding them, hands to the shins. Palms press against the shins. Inhale, press into the shins with the palms as you straighten the arms to bring them back flat. So you're in this flat back, breathe behind the heart. Exhale, release. Inhale, root. Bend the knees a little bit. Feel the weight set on the heels. And then slowly begin to come up. One vertebra at a time. Saving head and neck for last. Arms come up. Exhale, release the hands. Take a full inhale. A complete exhale. We're going to turn sideways because we're going to add on to this. So maybe top of your mat. Inhale, arms up, gathering. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, releasing the head, releasing the hand. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, gathering as you go. Exhale, release the hands. Adding on now. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hinge and fold. Place your hands beside your feet and step your right foot back into a lunge. Drop your right knee and the top of your right foot to the mat. Stabilize here. Take a breath. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Root down into your right heel and your left knee. Find yourself here. Maybe come up on your fingertips so that you can feel your weight settle into the left heel and right knee. Balanced in your hip girdle. Maybe bring your hands to your knee. Maybe straighten your arms to lift your torso. Maybe take your arms up, interlocking the thumbs or pressing the palms, finding length through the fingertips. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, sinking. Left heel, right knee. Full length here. Inhale. Exhale, hands through prayer. Frame the foot. Curl the toes of the right foot. Step the right foot forward to join the left. Forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, gathering as you go. Exhale, release the hands. Take a full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale the arms up, other side. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Place the hands beside the feet and step the left foot back to a lunge, dropping the left knee and the top of the left foot to the mat. Steady here. Steady here. Maybe picking up your fingertips. Maybe bringing the hands to prayer, opposite hand underneath. Straightening your arms to lift the torso. Taking the arms up. Interlocking the thumbs the opposite way, or palms together. Inhale, lengthen through the fingers. Exhale, sink into the right heel, left knee. Find your hips. Inhale here. Exhale, release the hands down, frame the foot, curl the toes of the left foot, lift the left knee and step the left foot forward to join the right. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, release the hands. Take a full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale the arms up. One movement, one breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, hands beside the feet. Right foot back to a lunge. Right knee down. Inhale through the knee or come all the way up. Arms up. Exhale, sink into the left knee. Right knee, left heel. Find your lunge. Supported here. Low supported lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, hands down, frame the foot, curl the toes, step forward and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release the hands. Take a breath and stabilize in your mountain. Side out, check in with your gratitude and your intention. Inhale the arms up, other side. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Hands beside the feet. Left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink in. Right heel, left knee. Inhale, lengthen through your fingertips. Exhale, find your supported lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, release the hands, frame the foot, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, gathering as you go. Exhale, release the hands. Take a breath. Always stabilize in mountain. And then let's begin to add on a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Hands beside the feet. Step the right foot back. Drop the knee and top of the foot. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sinking. Find your lunge. Adding a twist. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer at the chest as you rotate the torso, bringing the elbow outside the right thigh. Maybe just to the right knee. Pressing the hands at the front of the chest. Twisting from the abdomen and opening. Breathe here for a moment. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Notice if any space is available to you at the bottom of the exhale without stress, strain, or exertion. Just being in your twist, full inhale. Exhale, come back. Frame the foot, curl the toes, step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release the hands. Take a breath to stabilize and mountain. Side out to be present. Find your rhythm, find your flow. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Hands beside the feet. Left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer as you rotate from the abdomen to the right, bringing the left elbow outside the right thigh, or maybe just to the right knee. Pressing the palms in front of the chest, opening the shoulders, feeling into your space. Inhale here. Exhale, at the bottom of the exhale, maybe there's a little space created, maybe not. Gentle here and slow. Inhale here. Exhale, rotate back to front, release the hands, curl the toe, lift the knee, and step forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Take a breath and stabilize, center. Check in gratitude. Check in intention. Now option here, inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, place the hands beside the feet, step the right foot back to a lunge, and take the left foot back to join it. Inhale to your plank. So press through the heels and lengthen through the crown. Back is flat. Long spine here. Stabilize here in plank for a moment. A full inhale, a complete exhale. Inhale here. On the exhale, knees, chest, chin, or reverse push-up, lower all the way to the mat. Release the toes, bring the chin to the mat. On the inhale, lift the crown of the head, the chest comes forward, cobra posture, the elbows come down toward the hips behind the back. Maybe you're on your fingertips, maybe you pick up your hands entirely. Breathe here. Full inhale. Find your cobra. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale. Curl the toes and lift the hips and press back and find a downward dog. Now take a moment. Downward dog, like mountain, is our home page. So we want to take a breath here and get stable. So full inhale. Complete exhale. Press out of the fingers and heel the palm. Lengthen through the forearms. Keep the hips high as the crown drops. Bend one knee and press back to the opposite heel. Feel length in the back of the leg. Switch with your breath. Bend the other knee. Breathe into the back of the body, especially the back of the legs. Lift both heels, press the hips high, and then let both heels move to the back of the mat, to the bottom of the mat, as your toes move toward your wrists. So you're lengthening through the foot, pressing out of the palms. Long, deep breath. Full inhale. A complete exhale. On the inhale, look up between the hands. On the exhale, step the left foot forward between the hands. Bring the right foot forward to join it. That's forward fold. Inhale to our flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, release the hands. So we're going to put all that together into sun salutation. Take a breath here to stabilize. And we'll do a couple of these. One movement, one breath. Taking a stabilizing breath each time we come to mountain and each time we come to down dog. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back.
Exhale, fold, hands beside the feet, step back to plank. Inhale to stabilize. Exhale, lower down. Your choice, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, come up, cobra, or even up dog. Exhale, press back, lift the hips, drop the ground, press back to downward dog. Take a full inhale and a complete exhale. On the inhale, look up between the hands. On the exhale, bring the foot forward, the other foot joins it, we're in a forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, gathering as you go. Exhale, release the hands. Take a breath in mountain to stabilize and reconnect. A full inhale. A complete exhale. 3 more of these. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, hands beside the feet. Step back to plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, find your downward dog. Take a full inhale in your downward dog to stabilize. A complete exhale. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale. Bring the feet forward into forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, gathering as you go. Exhale, release the hands. Take a breath in mountain to stabilize and reconnect. And then do 2 more of those on your own, your rhythm, your pace, your practice, without the benefit of the cueing. Remembering to take a breath whenever you land in downward dog. And whenever you return to mountain. Moving up at mountain. Upon completion. Just reconnecting with your gratitude and with your breath. Being present with yourself. Inhaling here. Exhale. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer or to the waist, whichever provides you the most support. Pick up the right heel, maybe even the right foot. Step the right foot back on your mat. Turn the right heel down and in, the right toes out off the long side of your mat. Bend into the left knee. Establish this support of the feet. The weight is balanced between the feet. The ribs, chest, shoulders, and head off the front of your mat. Arms come up. This is your warrior posture. Find yourself here. Establish your warrior. Settle in. Inhale here. Exhale, open the arms. Shoulder height, look down over that left arm. Engage the core lightly to support the lower back. Maybe you find a little more depth in the hips, maybe not. Find this posture. Focus, steady, and sure. Going to move to triangle here. Straighten the left leg and bring the right hand to the right hip. Lean the torso forward over the left leg. Extend the crown long, and then just let the left hand drop again. Great place for your gear here. Maybe your left hand doesn't reach the floor, maybe it touches your thigh, your shin, your ankle, your block, whatever's appropriate for you. Breathing here. Inhale here. If you like, add a little rotation of the torso, take the right arm high. Find your triangle. Inhale here. Exhale. Bring the right hand down. Frame the foot. Step the left foot back to join the right. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, find your downward dog. Take a breath. A full inhale. A complete exhale. On the inhale, look up between the hands. Bring the left foot forward. Right foot forward. Drop the left heel down with the left toes off the mat. Stabilize here and then come up. Bring your arms up as you bend into the right knee. Find your warrior on this side. So again, balance the weight in the feet. Lengthen, sink in. Inhale here. Exhale, open the arms, shoulder height, look down over the right hand. Opening the left, engaging the core slightly, support the lower back. Breathe into warrior two, maybe you can get a little deeper, maybe not. Your practice here, moving into triangle. Inhale, straighten the right leg, bring the left hand to the left hip. Exhale, extend the torso forward over the right leg. Let the right hand drop to the thigh, shin, ankle, block. Great place for your supports. Find yourself here. Stay here. Or rotate the torso, lift the left arm, come in to your triangle. Right leg is straight but not locked. Shoulders are stacked. Maybe you look up and see the left thumb. Breathing here. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale. Release the left hand down. Frame the foot. Step back. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the knees. Release the tops of the feet and press the hips back toward the heels, coming into your wisdom pose or child's pose, as we call it wisdom pose here in Veteran Yoga Project. Pressing the hips back to the heels, releasing the forehead. Again, great place for your block. If your forehead doesn't touch the mat, support it at the appropriate height for you. Breathing here. And let's see. Okay. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Okay. Inhale, come back down. No, let's not do that. Just roll your torso upright and then swing your hips off of your heels. And we'll come into our seated pose, Dandasana. So the feet are out in front of you. Heels pressing long, backs of the legs on the mat. Take the hands alongside the hips, press into the palms to straighten the spine. Stay lifted on the spine while we're picking up the hands. And then exhale, just hinge forward. Dropping your hands to your thighs, your shins, your ankles, maybe a yogi toe lock. Just gentle forward fold here from a seated posture now. Noticing. We're just going to add a little twist here. So bring your torso upright, bring the right knee in, and then take the left arm and wrap it around so that the right knee is in the crook of the left elbow. Take your right arm high, and then as you exhale, drop your right hand behind you as a second spine, tenting the fingers, and rotate from the abdomen. Feeling into this twist. Freeing up. Stay long through the left leg. Press through the heel. Feel the back of the calf and the back of the hamstring on the mat as you rotate at the abdomen. Breathing here. On the inhale, lifting through the crown. On the exhale, maybe a little space creating. On the inhale, bring the right arm up, come back to center, release the right arm down. Take the right leg out. And then bring the left knee into the sky. Left heel toward the bottom. Take the right arm out and hook it so that the left knee is in the crook of the right elbow. The left arm goes high. Exhale, rotate the torso. Drop the left hand behind you as the second spine. Press into the fingertips. Stay long and lifted. Exhale, rotate at the abdomen. Twisting to your left. Gentle massage of your internal organs here as we finish up for today. Inhale here. Exhale, find your twist. Right heel is long, right leg is down. Crown is lifted, abdomen is rotating. Massaging our internal organs. Inhaling here. Exhale, release the right arm and take the leg out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Again, your final fold of the day. Press through the heels, back through the hamstrings, drop the forehead toward the shins. Find your forward fold. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale, reach long past your feet. Slowly come up, slowly come up, slowly come up. And then exhale, roll on down to your back. Bring the knees into the chest. Reach up and grab just below the knees and squeeze the knees in toward the chest. Rock a little side to side. Release any tension in your lower back and upper hips. Then come back to neutral. Reach up, bring your forehead up. Bring your hands to your heels or to your feet or to your shins. Maybe bring your forehead to your knees. Maybe bring your nose to your knees. Make yourself a nice tight little ball as you squeeze this practice into your soul. And then exhale. Release your legs long. Crown goes long. Toes fall open. Heels move as wide as is comfortable for you on the mat. Palms come up at your side. Palms up. Crown is long, and then pull down on your lower, on the side body so that your lower spine is against the mat. And then take a moment here as we move into guided rest to provide yourself with any additional support that you may need or desire in this last posture. Maybe you have an eye shade, maybe you have a blanket or your bolster, a shawl, whatever it is that can provide you perhaps 1% more support. And then go ahead and release. Let go. You're done. Be done. Allow yourself to be done. We're moving into rest now. And we're going to do a very quick tracking of the body for tension and tightness. Seeking to actively release. We're going to release everything. We want to release any shaping of the breath. We want to release any thoughts about the analysis about the practice. We want to release any tension in the body. We just want to let go here and be done. Allow yourself to be done. Let go. Rest here. Allow the rejuvenating effects of rest. So we work between effort and ease in these practices. We do movement and then we move stillness. We juxtapose the two to feel into the nature of that dichotomy for us, and then we stay in awareness of the benefits of each. The benefit of rest in this practice, letting go and just letting everything just be. So bring your awareness to your feet.
soles of your feet, your toes, tops of your feet, your heels, your ankles. And then bring your awareness to your legs, shins and calves, knees, hamstrings and quadriceps. And then bring your awareness to your hips, sits bones, buttocks, sacral area, SI joint. And bring your awareness to your lower back and your abdomen, to your ribs and your middle back, to your upper back and chest, to your shoulders and neck, to the biceps, triceps, elbows, forearms, wrists, back of the hands, fingers and palms, to the jaw, to the tongue, to the back of the throat, to the neck, the back of the head, to the ears, to the nasal passages, to the eyeballs, to the muscles and nerves behind the nose and eyes, to the brow point or the third eye, placed between your ears, your mind, your brain, your skull, between the ears, behind the brows, and to the crown of your head, just outside and above the top of your head. And then just let go. Relax. Release. And then holding your awareness at the crown of your head, just outside and above the crown of your head, see the entirety of your being here on your mat in your space. From that place of witnessing your entire being and your entire environment, I invite you again to allow any one thing for which you are grateful to arise. Maybe just the possibility of gratitude. And as you rest here in gratitude and witness yourself resting here in gratitude, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice. I'm honored to be here, truly. And I invite and encourage you to stay here in grateful rest as long as you like. And when you do rise, take the echoes of your practice and your gratitude with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.